The cameras flashed, the crowd froze, and just like that, well, Hollywood had a new obsession
Oh, absolutely.
who really ended Tate McRae and Jack Hughes' romance. Welcome to StarScope Report.
Such a crazy story.
It really is. Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
Yeah.
From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And today we are unpacking something that is honestly a masterclass in modern celebrity dynamics.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into a huge stack of sources. We've got Page Six, Variety, Us Weekly, Rolling Stone, and a bunch of other entertainment media investigations.
Right. Some seriously thorough reporting in there.
Yeah, and our mission for you today is to untangle the incredibly messy, confusing, and just highly scrutinized 8 to 9 month romance between pop sensation Tate McRae and NHL star Jack Hughes.
Which, is a story that goes way beyond just two young people dating.
Oh, totally.
If you look at the mechanics of what actually happened here, it's this profound look at the collision of pop culture and sports. It highlights the lingering effects of past relationship trauma.
Right, which we will definitely get into.
Yeah, and just the unbearable weight of the public eye. It's the harsh reality that a relationship built in total secrecy can still just get torn apart on the world stage.
So picture this scene for a moment, because the inciting incident is straight out of a movie script.
It really is.
It's early 2026, right? The Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Jack Hughes, who, if you don't follow hockey, is basically sports royalty.
Oh, yeah, massive deal in the hockey world.
Exactly. He's 24, plays for the New Jersey Devils, was the #1 overall draft pick in 2019, and his brothers Quinn and Luke are also huge NHL stars.
A literal hockey dynasty family.
Yes. So Jack has just scored the golden goal that gives Team USA their first men's hockey gold medal in 46 years. He is celebrating on the ice, missing a tooth, gold medal around his neck. The country is losing its mind. And his very next move, amidst all that global glory, is to reportedly slide right into the Instagram DMs of Tate McRae.
I mean, that is a massive flex.
Right.
Especially considering her current status in the music industry. Tate McRae is 22, born in Kuwait, raised in Calgary. And, she first popped up as a dancer on So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and then she just systematically built one of the biggest pop careers of her generation. She's the powerhouse behind hits like Greedy and Tit for Tat.
She is literally everywhere right now on the Billboard Hot 100.
Exactly. She writes, produces, choreographs. She is at the absolute pinnacle of her craft, just like Jack is in his.
And clearly, the audacity of the DM worked, because the timeline in our sources shows they were first spotted together back in November 2025.
Right, hanging out after a Devils game.
Yeah, at Anton's restaurant in New York's West Village. But the most fascinating element of this relationship wasn't where they went. It was their absolute, unwavering silence.
Yes, the infamous no launch.
They employed what the internet calls a no launch. And it is fascinating.
Which is incredibly difficult to pull off when you have millions of followers analyzing your every move. I mean, they didn't even do a soft launch.
Like the blurry photo of 2 coffee cups on Instagram.
Exactly. No blurry coffee cups, no walking a red carpet together. She just quietly started showing up in the stands to cheer him on at New Jersey Devils games.
And he started, slipping into the VIP sections at her shows.
Right. And from a psychological perspective, choosing to keep something that quiet is usually this desperate attempt to protect its authenticity.
That makes sense.
When you are two young stars navigating intense public lives, you don't want to perform your relationship for an audience. You want something that belongs only to the two of you.
I hear that logic, I really do. But let's be real for a second. Does keeping a relationship completely in the shadows actually protect it? Or does it just make the public infinitely more obsessed with cracking the vault?
Oh, it absolutely makes them more obsessed.
It sounds like a modern-day fairy tale, but it feels like they built a pressure cooker. When you seal the lid that tightly, the interest doesn't just dissipate.
No, it becomes explosive. That is the paradox of modern fame. The vacuum of information actually invites speculation.
Right. People need to fill the void.
Exactly. When the media and the fans don't have facts, they start hunting for clues. They track flights, they analyze reflections in sunglasses, they dissect song lyrics.
It's like everyone becomes a detective.
Yeah, and so the pressure on the couple doesn't go away. Instead, it shifts from the stress of managing public statements to the exhausting, everyday paranoia of managing absolute secrecy.
And we saw that secrecy play out in real time. In a July E! News interview, Jack was directly asked about the dating rumors.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, and this sudden massive interest in his private life, and he totally deflected. He just insisted he was a, quote, normal person doing his thing.
Just spending time with family and friends, right?
Right. Exactly. But as you'll see, the ice was already cracking. And it wasn't just about hockey. Wait till you hear how a former NHL boyfriend and a verified Tinder profile set the stage for disaster.
Yeah, this part is wild. To truly understand why Tate and Jack were so deeply committed to the strategy of silence, we have to look at the history of her highly publicized romances.
Right, because the past explains so much here.
It really does. The sources give us a very clear picture of her past, and it explains the trauma that shaped her current mindset.
So let's walk through that timeline. Her early relationship was with Johnny Hayter, which was fairly quiet.
Very behind the scenes.
But then things shift. She had her first NHL boyfriend, Cole Sellinger.
Right, and that romance was significantly more visible. But when it ended, the fallout was incredibly messy in the public sphere.
Super messy. It was plagued by cheating rumors.
Yeah.
If you look at the reports, a hockey meme account called BlinderFlogic basically accused Cole of cheating and using Tate to jumpstart his career.
A meme account doing all this damn...
Right. The caption literally said he used her, and Cole actually had to go into the public comments section and write, "All false, my guy."
I mean, imagine being a young artist trying to process a breakup, and suddenly sports meme accounts are weaponizing your heartbreak for engagement.
It's awful. And then there's that shocking anecdote she shared with influencer Jake Shane.
Oh, the Tinder story.
Yes. She explained that an ex-boyfriend cheated on her, and she found out when someone sent her his Tinder profile mid-relationship.
And not just any profile.
Right. It was a verified Tinder profile.
No.
The blue check mark and everything.
It is a fundamental breach of trust. And when you experience a betrayal that visceral, your immediate instinct is to build higher walls.
Of course it is. And if you're loving these Hollywood twists and psychological deep dives, make sure you're subscribed, because we've got even crazier stories ahead.
Definitely subscribe, because this brings us to her subsequent highly public romance with musician the Kid Laroi.
Right, which we have to talk about.
The Nicki Swift source notes that in January 2024, she was reported to be dating him. We were talking red carpets, performances together, but the public scrutiny was suffocating.
She actually confessed to that. In a December 2025 Rolling Stone interview, she said, quote, "I feel I've aged 10 years in the past year."
That is such a heavy thing for someone in their early 20s to say.
It really is. She's trying to build a fortress around her heart, but the walls keep turning to glass. If you're a young star with hits on the Billboard 100, is it even physically possible to keep your private life private, or is that just an illusion?
I think it's largely an illusion now. She learned the hard way that when the public feels they have access to your private life, they feel a sense of ownership over it.
Yeah, that entitlement is real. But later in the deep dive, we'll talk about the shocking political twist nobody saw coming. A single phone call that dragged their private romance onto the global stage.
And this next chapter is where the story shifts from a typical celebrity romance into something much more complex.
Right, so let's set the scene for this turning point. How a moment of national pride turned into a PR nightmare.
Exactly.
It's February 2026, the Milan Cortina Olympics. Team USA men's hockey secures the gold. Following the victory, former U.S. President Donald Trump calls the men's hockey team to congratulate them.
And we need to pause right here and make something explicitly clear to you listening.
Yes, absolutely. We are not taking any political sides whatsoever.
Not at all.
We are fiercely impartial here. We are merely reporting the facts as presented in our source material to explain how this impacted the couple's relationship timeline. We are not endorsing any viewpoints, just looking at the public reaction documented in the sources.
Right, strictly looking at the cause and effect of the PR crisis.
Exactly. So during this speakerphone call, Trump makes a joke about inviting the women's hockey team too, saying, quote, "Believe me, otherwise I'd probably be impeached." Okay.
And the sources note that Jack Hughes and several of his teammates laughed at the joke on the call.
The team did later apologize, but the internet turned its gaze directly onto Tate McRae.
Which is terrifyingly fast. The online world pivoted away from the hockey team and demanded accountability from a 23-year-old pop star.
Right. Speculation and insinuations spread that she was supporting Trump or the Magier movement just by association with Jack.
It is a textbook example of guilt by association in modern celebrity culture. Fans project their own political and moral values onto their favorite artists.
It's the ultimate butterfly effect. A politician makes a joke on a speakerphone, and suddenly a 23-year-old pop star's moral character is on trial globally.
And she handled the fallout in a very specific way.
Yes, in her August Variety interview, she completely refused to feed the noise directly.
No notes app apology.
None. Instead, she pointed directly to her actions, her tour environment, and her financial support for the Global Fund for Women and the Trevor Project.
Which, is an LGBTQ plus youth suicide prevention organization that is a highly sophisticated PR strategy. By pointing to tangible financial actions, she reclaims her narrative without getting into an internet fight.
But how does a new relationship survive that kind of whiplash?
Internally, that kind of external pressure is immense. At 8 months in, you are still figuring out communication styles.
And that's not even the wildest part. When the relationship finally did break, it shattered into two completely different storylines. Who is actually telling the truth?
This brings us to the climax, the post-breakup ghost war.
August 2026.
No.
The romance is officially over, but the PR battle has just begun.
Oh, big time.
Let's break down the conflicting reports. According to a Page 6 report on August 7th, Jack Hughes told his friends he ended things because he saw red flags.
Red flags, wow.
Yeah, and supposedly he was already seeing other people.
But almost simultaneously, sources close to Tate McRae leaked a totally different version, claiming she was the one who pulled the plug.
Right. And you look at the timeline from the sources, Tate has already seemingly moved on. She's keeping busy with her Think Later World Tour.
Just throwing herself into her work.
Yeah, staying hydrated with essential water while Jack focuses on his upcoming NHL season.
What's truly fascinating here is the underlying mechanics. Why does it matter who ended it?
Yeah, why do they care so much?
Because in Hollywood, controlling the narrative of a breakup is just as important as the relationship itself. Because they never confirmed the relationship officially, they are now fighting a ghost war in the tabloids.
It's crazy how that works. And stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next in the world of pop culture.
You really don't want to miss out.
Because honestly, looking at this whole timeline, it's deeply ironic. They spent 8 months playing this incredibly disciplined game of hide and seek with the media.
So disciplined.
But the second it ends, both camps are suddenly whispering to Page 6. It feels like a real-life game of tit for tat.
The irony is undeniable. They created a massive information void by staying quiet, and when the breakup happened, both camps realized that whoever fills that void first controls the entire story. If we synthesize all the sources we've analyzed today, this wasn't just a breakup between two young stars. It was a perfect storm of past relationship trauma and the impossibility of maintaining privacy in the smartphone era.
Yeah, the walls are glass.
And it shows how quickly external cultural and political controversies can penetrate a couple's private bubble.
Which leaves us with this final thought to mull over. We've seen Tate and Jack try so hard to protect their peace by staying silent.
They really tried.
But in today's hyper-connected world where fans demand constant access, is silence actually a shield? Or does refusing to tell your own story just invite the rest of the world to write it for you?
That is the million-dollar question.
You've been listening to StarScope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.